Okay, so welcome to our continuation to the values education to subject about Filipino cultural values. And we are now in the end term. So we discussed last time that there are a lot of values that we Filipinos possess, no? And one of those are being this called value oriented, and we have this at the so-called behavioral or the attitude that we have, no, in terms of the intrinsic quality of the meaning of our actions. And we have also the diwa, which is the spiritual core of our traditional values. It includes our pananampalataya, our conscience, our moral beliefs, no? So those are some of the introduction of the cultural values of us being Filipinos. Now let's go to the continuation. No? This is somehow a combination of the strengths and weaknesses that we have discussed last time. So it's a mix of the things that we discussed in the midterm. So we have another cultural values that we Filipinos possess, which is the Filipino closeness and security. We Filipinos are fond with um, having this kind of attitude that we protect our own family. You know? Because of that, we do not allow other people to intervene with our family problems. As much as possible, we solve our family problems within our circle, no, of families. No? We do not let the neighbors get involved in our own family problems. No? So it's a natural dependence and mutual sharing among family members, financially and emotionally. This is somehow a strength, no? If you remember last time to our uh, midterm discussion. However, this is somehow also an disadvantage because of this strong family closeness. Because we neglected other people, we try to make the make value of our relatives than other people, no, just like in the employment, no. That's the reason why there are a lot of political dynasties because your own relative will be prioritized than to the other applicants that is very qualified in that position. Well, syempre unahon nato ng aton nga nga relative, no, or aton nga inablo sa aton nga parente, no. So it's very common and natural to those Filipinos, no, as Filipinos. And however, that will become a weakness already because it will be tagged as that will become or will be named called as kapit, no? Kapit in the government, kapit in the employment. And Filipinos have an extended family structure because we do not allow uh, other family members to build their own families outside our circle. As much as possible, we have this thinking that the more the merrier, you know. So that's the reason why people are having this compound in their houses, no, one family in a certain household and another family beside the another family. So others are having this bungalow type of residence, but there's a lot of rooms inside, no. So uh it's very natural in the family, no? But unlike the Filipinos, the Westerns or the Americans don't have this kind of cultural values because the moment when you are already 18, no, uh, you have to find a job, no, a stable job, and then you have to move apart from or move away from your parents already and start your own um, life, no? So you're on your own, you are very independent already at the age of 18, and that's the time you will strive for yourself, no? You will not be dependent anymore to your parents. However, there are times that you will go back to your family or parents, no? If you cannot find a stable job, you cannot land a job, no? Your economic lifestyle or financial, you're not financially ready yet, no? So you have to some other teenagers tend to stay in their families, no? Or in their parents. So that's very normal since we are struggling with a lot of things to pay, no, including bills, electricities, and rent, no. So thankfully, we are having this family closeness and security, family cultural values in the Philippines. Close-knit phenomenon is a binding element as the threads of society are rewoven by giving attention on what the individual experiences in his or her capacity as a member of the community. That is called close-knit phenomenon. When other people are trying to reconsider those cultural elements to other countries, no? But we Filipinos are trying to combat those things with this close knit phenomenon, and we are trying to, well, to remove in those things and attentions, no? So that it will stay in our own cultural values in Filipino system. So the family is seen as a defense against a hostile world and a unit where one turn to in a case where she is a serious problem. So if you notice our relatives, no, if they have problems, uh, I don't know if you've encountered this. They tend to call your parents and then ask for help, no, if they have problems in terms of financially, in terms of hostility, in terms of medical conditions, no? So we are very much open to those things, no? Especially when times of family members are in need. That's the reason why family is a somehow a comfort zone for other uh, family members to to go with, no, in times of crisis. We also have this cultural values, which is called the social acceptance. We are very fond of group activities, group meetings, and we are trying to build a self image so that we can join in to other people, no, with the same cultural values and beliefs, no. Some of the teenagers are trying hard to change their beliefs so that they can join in a certain group, no. If there are five people who like K-pop, no, then you are one that you don't like this K-pop culture, but eventually you wanted to join them, no? So the result is you don't have any choice but to like and to find a way, to join those people which they like K-pop, and eventually you little by little you try to look at those fashions, and you try to apply that to you, and eventually you like that fashion, and then eventually those group of people will accepted you as their well, in the social group, no? You will be accepted in those group, no? So that's the reason why we have this social acceptance. No? Same with workplace. No? In a workplace, there are people who like a certain topic. No? For example, cars. Those people like cars. No? And you wanted to join them, so you have to make an effort to search a lot about cars now, so that you will not be left out in that certain group of people. And another example is they like, for example, soap operas, animes, no? And movies. So people change, no, because they wanted to be accepted in a certain society. Then matingalang ibang tao, "Doy, hindi ka man muna sa una, but look at you now. You are very fond with movies already because of the social acceptance, and you wanted to be recognized and acknowledged by these fellow people." We also have this pakikisama, somehow related to social acceptance, because when you wanted to gain the acknowledgement of the people around you, you have to be very, very sociable, or that is called pakikisama. So it is yielding to the will of majority or to the leader, which could result to both positive and negative behavior. It refers to one's effort to get along with everybody. Now, according to Frank Link, it is defined as the ability to get along with others and such as avoid signs of conflict. If you wanted to have a harmonious relationship with others, then pakikisama is present in our cultural values as Filipinos. So there's no problem for us to get out in this country and find some other people to deal with, no, because we have this pakikisama of sociability. No, we are very flexible in terms of yielding with uh, other people, no. Kung anong gusto nila, then we have to yield and go with the flow. That's the reason why Filipinos don't have any problem with this kind of situation in other countries. And pakikisama occurs when teenagers join their peers groups in drinking spree for fear of incurring the group's disapproval. Some of pakikisama behavior are very dangerous because you don't set a limit or boundary in this pakikisama. You have to tell whether that thing is bad or good, no? So it's up to your moral responsibility to join if that group is good influence, and to to reject those group if the group is not having a good intention and influence in yourself, no? So be responsible. Always remember, join a group, join certain people, pakikisama to them, no? If they are a good example or influence to you. We have also the smooth interpersonal relations, no? This is somehow present also in our cultural values, because we are we love pakikisama, we have social uh, acceptance, no. We tend to change the words that is bad, no, to a good one, so that it will be much more acceptable and very good to listen with, no. For example, you are using euphemism to your friend, no, that is very fat, no. Of course, you don't have to say that she is fat, but you have to say, you look very beautiful uh, when you are chubby, no? So in that way, you are rephrasing your words in such a way that it will not be more insulting to people, no? Or you may say, wow, you look very adorable in your new body. Uh, You are very huggable. No? Instead of saying, wow, you're very fat. No, uh, that's very offensive in terms of as far as the behavior is concerned. No? So go between or a middleman is a way of social acceptance to avoid being embarrassed in the face-to-face confrontation. We are very good at that, no? We are not very frank in terms of what we see to other people. We change the words now so that it will be very much acceptable to the ears of the listeners. We have also this pakikiramdam or the value affect team or the team spirit or being uh, what we call this being sensitive to the people's feelings. We are very good at this also. We are sensible. We are not insensitive people. Filipinos are very sensitive. If someone is neglecting in a group, one will, of course, automatically go to that person and try to cheer that person up, no? And try to get along with. No? That's pakikiramdam. That's sensitivity. We have also personalism. Personalism is emphasizing the importance of the person with whom has immediate face-to-face contact with over the abstract rule of law or common good. So giving some commendations, no? So those are some common cultural values, even the other people in other culture and in other countries have that. Uh, Personalism can be a request, can be a fixing or a reconsideration or a regular. It can either be an influence or palakasan. It can be the use of power. It can either be nepotism or favoritism. Those are personalism that kinds of personalism that we have in Filipinos. Some are negative and some are positive, but it's up to you if you're going to change those negative into positivity, like nepotism. No? So again, we are bounded with the culture of family comes first, no? So that's the reason why nepotism is very present in our Filipino culture. So it's a favoritism of other family members other than other people. So that's the reason why there is again political dynasty, there is a packard, there is a palakasan in the employment in inside the family also. We also have animism and fatalism. So animism is the belief that the spirit pervades in activities. And we also have fatalism expresses the bahala na attitude, which means living matters as they are because nature will take its course. It's just very normal to attitude of a human person because we Filipinos are fun with this non-rationalism. It is a tendency to perceive thoughts, objects in events, no, in a certain manner because we consider there's a lot of entities around us. So some are beliefs around 100 centuries ago, no. So do not we do not want that to be changed, no, because it's very sacred in our beliefs. Ginapatian pa na ni lolo ta, sang lolo ta. So that's a big insult. Kumbaga, if we try to neglect those traditions that we have. Okay, so we will end here. We will be continuing our cultural values and beliefs of the Filipinos in the next video. Kindly visit the LMS again. There are seat works provided in for this week. So I hope you learned something today, and please be safe, everyone.